Chapter 7, Starlight, Star Bright. Maya flipped through the thick book in front of her. It was as big as her mom's old phone book in the kitchen's bottom drawer. The first half of the book was a tangle of kanji, katakana and hiragana, a blur of Japanese that she couldn't read even if she knew the artists or the songs they sang. Achla had rapped a fast-paced Japanese hip-hop song, his Japanese sounding smooth while the lights flashed to the beats from the song. It was like your own private concert, she thought to herself, and I need to pick the perfect song. She finally got to the second half of the book, where the English songs began alphabetically and seemed to be limited to songs from before the year 2000. She skimmed along, names of artists and songs, until one song seemed to stand out on the page, a song she'd used to sing in the kitchen with her mom when she was a little girl. Just seeing the title brought the memory of her dancing with her mom in the kitchen making Rice Krispie treats with the music blasting flooding into her mind. She started punching the song code into the machine's remote control, and she looked across the table to find the microphone and glanced at Kimmy and Ichla sitting close in the back of the room whispering to each other, both looking at each other warmly, and Maya realized that Kimmy and Ichla were much more than karaoke friends. As if she had read her mind, Kimmy's eyes met Maya's, and she laughed and yelled across the table, "Hey, are you going to sing a song or what, Maya? Come on. Give us a song." And she suddenly felt the twinge of nervousness that she always got when suddenly put on the spot to perform in front of other people. "Ganbat, Maya-chan," Elijah said from across the table, and their eyes met. She pressed play on the remote and the lights flashed as the first few bars of music came pumping out of speakers. She could picture her mom dancing in the kitchen, singing along. "Desert loving in your eyes all the way. If I listen to your lies, would you say I'm a man without conviction. I'm a man who doesn't know how to sell a contradiction. You come and go, you come and go." And as she went to do the chorus, Elijah jumped up, grabbed the other microphone and danced along. "Karma, karma, karma chameleon. You come and go, you come and go." Maya looked over and after laughing out loud yelled, "You know this song too?" And he yelled back, "Me and my dad. He used to play it in the car when we were driving sometimes." They sang the song together, messing up some of the lyrics but harmonizing on the chorus. Kimmy and Ichla were clapping along, but it seemed neither of them had heard the song before. After the song was finished, they shared some of the cheese-covered nachos and mozzarella sticks they'd all ordered earlier. Maya was curious about his American father, so after taking a sip of the iced tea she'd been drinking, the ice long since melted, she asked him, "So what does your dad do?" "His work is here in Japan," and he nodded quickly while swallowing a bite of nachos. "Yeah, he's down at the Air Force Base most days, but he's a private contractor. He just does computer systems and stuff like that. He doesn't fly the big jets or anything cool like that." "Have you ever watched a C-5 Galaxy take off?" Maya shook her head. She'd never even heard of a C-5. The only plane she knew off the top of her head was the F-16 from one of her favorite films, Top Gun. "Oh, it's huge. I mean, it doesn't look like it's possible it can fly when you see it rolling along, but then, it just floats up. It's amazing. I'll have to show you one day." "So what are you planning to study while you are here? Why did you decide to come to Japan?" That was a question she hadn't deeply self-reflected on. She remembered seeing a picture of a sleek train going past a beautiful snow-peaked volcano she later learned was Mount Fuji in her 6th grade geography book, and had imagined standing there. She fell in love with art and animation, and after graduating from Disney to Hideo Miyazaki, she had related so well to the strong female characters like Nausicaa in The Valley of the Wind. But it was also the rich culture and language that made her eyes immediately pick Tokyo, Japan when she'd been looking over her study abroad options. "It's hard to explain the why, but it felt drawn to it," she said honestly, "and as for how long, I'm here for 1 year, and then I'm going to finish my degree back at MIT. "MIT? You mean Massachusetts Institute of Technology? What are you studying there?" She laughed. Guys were always so shocked when a girl is really smart. She'd gotten used to it. I'm mostly interested in quantum mechanics and how it relates to DNA replication, and she giggled at his wide-eyed stare. What are you studying, Elijah? She asked, leaning back and taking a sip of her tea. Elijah shook his head and rubbed his eyes. He had tried to get into MIT, but after he got a full scholarship from Tokyo University, he decided to stay closer to home with his family. I've been studying neural networks and advanced computer modeling. You should see the computer lab that Toru-sensei has there. It's incredible. I think even your friends at MIT would be impressed. Who is Toru-sensei? Maya asked inquisitively. Elijah grabbed a mozzarella stick, dipped it in the marinara sauce, and took a bite. He's the smartest guy I know. His PhD is in quantum chemistry, but he does some bleeding-edge theoretical work. You mean Toru Matsui? His work is brilliant. That's your friend Toru-sensei? Elijah laughed and nodded. I told you he's the smartest guy I know. Anyway, I'll see if I can get you in to see the supercomputer lab we have someday. They exchanged Keitai numbers using a QR code just as Timmy jumped up and grabbed one of the microphones. Come on, guys. Let's sing karaoke.